Polly and Teacher Paul, a chess adventure discouraged Polly. In the small town where Polly lived, chess was very popular. Polly, a young student with lush bright hair and sparkling eyes, loved playing chess. She spent every evening at the chessboard, playing with her dad. However, despite her efforts, her dad always won. Polly felt discouraged and sad whenever she lost. Her anger and sadness lingered for a long time, even during subsequent games. One evening, after another loss, Polly sat in her room, holding a pawn in her hands. She thought about how to improve her game so she could finally win. But the more she thought, the angrier she became with herself and the whole situation. Meeting Teacher Paul. The next day at school, Polly had lessons with Teacher Paul, a wise and patient teacher who always had time for his students. Paul noticed that Polly was sad and worried. After the lesson, he approached her and asked, "Polly, I see that something is bothering you. Would you like to talk about it?" Polly sighed and told him about her problems with chess and how much she wanted to win against her dad, but always lost. "I understand that it can be frustrating," said Teacher Paul. "But you know, losing is part of learning. Would you like me to help you understand how to enjoy the game, regardless of the outcome?" Polly nodded hopefully. Paul suggested they meet after school and play chess together. Difficult lessons. After school, Polly and Teacher Paul sat at the chessboard. Paul began explaining various strategies and tactics, but Polly still felt discouraged. Even though Paul was patient, Polly felt she would never understand all these complicated moves. After a few games, which she lost again, Polly felt her hopes beginning to fade. "This is too hard," Polly exclaimed. "I'll never be good at chess." Crisis moment. One day, after another loss, Polly returned home and locked herself in her room. She felt she would never want to play chess again. She thought about how much she wanted to win and how much she was failing. Tears began to stream down her cheeks. The next day at school, Teacher Paul noticed that Polly was even sadder than usual. After the lesson, he invited her for a talk. "Polly, I see that you are very upset. I want to help you, but you need to tell me how you feel." Polly told him about her crisis and that she never wanted to play chess again. Learning and support teacher. Paul smiled warmly and said, "Polly, we all have moments when we feel discouraged. But it's precisely in those moments that we learn the most. I want you to try to look at chess in a different way. Not as a game you have to win, but as an adventure where every game is a new lesson." Polly pondered these words. Paul suggested they play one more game, but this time focus on learning, not the outcome. During the game, Paul showed Polly various moves and strategies, explaining why they were important. Polly began to see that every lost game was an opportunity to learn and improve. Joy of the game over time, Polly began to enjoy playing chess. She understood that losing was just part of the learning process. Every game, even a lost one, brought new experiences and knowledge. One evening, while playing with her dad again, Polly noticed that she was playing with more confidence and understanding. Although she still lost, she felt proud of the progress she had made. Teacher Paul was very proud of her. He knew that Polly had learned valuable lessons about patience, perseverance, and the joy of learning. Polly understood that the most important thing was not winning, but enjoying the game and constantly improving. Reflection. Sitting at the chessboard, Polly smiled to herself. She knew she would lose many more times, but now she was ready for it. Every loss was a step forward for her, and every game, a new adventure. "Thank you, Teacher Paul," Polly said when they met at school the next day. Thanks to you, I've learned to enjoy the game and not be afraid of losing." Paul smiled warmly and replied, "I'm glad I could help you, Polly. Remember, the most important thing is to never give up and always find joy in what you do." Polly nodded, knowing that these words would accompany her throughout her life.